The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audience.
The questions and the advice that you would give to those that you love most is the deepest, richest source of your own wisdom. And I believe in this principle called best advice, best life, that if you want to live your best life, you've got to summon your best advice. And for most of us, I don't think that we would teach our kid or whomever we're talking to that we love that they should beat the shit out of themselves for the next 24 to 48 hours to magnetize or make that memory, that failure a lot bigger than it really is and really take yourself to task. We wouldn't do that. Number one, because we love them, but more importantly, because abuse does not incite performance. And regardless of what you're going to achieve in this life, it is a hell of a lot more fun doing it from an inner coach than it is an inner critic. And you can develop the inner coach by simply slowing yourself down and coaching yourself in the same manner you would coach a loved one.
Salute. Eastside Salute, another Thursday. Welcome. It's another Thursday. And we in the building, tantalizing Thursdays. I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody has had a beautiful week. You know what I'm saying? Tay Gunner is in the building. Mr. Peen is setting up, getting ready to bring that knowledge as he do every motherfucking week. I'm trying to tell you that this is my man, Mr. Peen, and I am your host, Mr. Drummond. And this is Tantalizing Thursday. Eastside Salute to you and all of you. What's up, my main man? How your week?
Oh man, I'm good. I have no complaints, man. I was over here messing with my camera. My normal camera wasn't working right, so I had to go old school and use the webcam on the computer and see what that do. I'm like, man, the clarity on this thing ain't the greatest, but you can still see me. So as long as I can stay connected tonight, then I'll be all right. You got to use it to use. Don't do it.
Shonda's in the building.
What's going on, Shonda? All week has been good. How about you, my brother?
Oh man, I can't complain. And I think I'm gonna start it off like this.
Here we go.
I'm gonna say I love you to my beautiful wife. You know what I'm saying? These sides to do. I love you, and I love you. I love you. I love you. Got to say that first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Put you in
Yes,
there.
indeed.
Because I love you. You feel me? Tay Gunner is in the building. East Side salute. And definitely
What's happening?
a heartfelt condolences to them 6 victims down in Nashville and the little baby I seen on the news today here in Detroit. Little precious baby, you know what I'm saying? She was just a little angel, man. I had to give her condolences too, you know what I'm saying? So you know that we care along with everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Me and Mr. Ping and YB and Tantalizing Thursday and the whole council staff, we care. Just believe that.
We care. You already know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed, my brother.
Tay Gunner with the prayer hands. Yes, indeed, my friend.
Man, this is madness here, man. One of my co-workers was telling me I think we have like 140 mass shootings this year so far. I say, man, that's like one a day. If we just not going into April, you thinking about, 30 days, basically a month with the exception of February or January, and if I'm mistaken, March, but we got 31. So you're looking at about 120 days, and we done had like 140. We average, 1.5 a day.
Man, straight up, and that's for real.
Mass, not just school shootings, but mass shootings.
The majority of them in schools.
Oh yeah, definitely schools and nightclubs. What's up, Chantel?
Eastside salute to you being in the building. Yeah, it just struck me strange that, why the kids? You know what I'm saying? That's another topic, but it just struck me strange. That's why the kids. Why these kids they suffering like this? What's going on? But like I say, that's another topic. And we into Tantalizing Thursdays tonight with a hot topic of our own. You know what I'm saying? Why do we give advice we don't live? Smoking. That one right there is smoking, because I think everybody guilty of this one. And if you say you ain't guilty of this one, then you ain't living no life, and you need to go ahead and get up out of here, because this ain't your topic. No.
If you say you ain't guilty, that you already guilty. You lied to yourself. You lied to yourself, man.
Hit you with the stun gun.
Everybody,
let the church say, ouch.
Yeah, for sure, because it's gonna
ouch.
It's gonna be a sensitive subject for somebody. It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt a little bit.
It might hurt a little bit. It might hurt a little.
That's why I say if this one gonna make you say ouch, and you don't like to say ouch, you don't like to be pinched, you might want to get your ass up out of here.
Like Master P say, make them say, You
honcho. Big fella is in the building. Salute to you, my friend, for being in the building with us this evening. Why me and Mr. Ping, we gonna talk about why people be out here giving this advice that they don't be living by. You hear me? What you think, Mr. Ping? What you think?
It's easy.
What you think?
It's easy. It's just easy, bro. It's so easy to give what most people don't want to live.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for me to tell you what you should do, but I'm not doing that thing that I asked you to do. It's often uncomfortable. It's amazing how we can control everybody else's life, but our life ain't right. Like, and I'm gonna speak for me. So when I started out doing Ethan Smith, aka Mr. Ping,
No Talking is in the building.
What's happening? No talking.
Eastside salute to you.
No talking, just texting. I just think it's the advice that we wish that we have gave ourselves. When I first started doing my inspirational speaking, it was very easy. Yeah, it was very easy to get that advice to other people because I was living that life. But then I realized there were stages in my life where I wasn't living by my own advice. And you get to a point in the rhythm where you so used to inspiring others and giving other people advice that you don't even miss what you're not doing for you, because a lot of people get very uncomfortable giving the advice to themselves that they want somebody else to do. Why? Because you have to deal with yourself. You have to look at yourself. After you say that to somebody else, you just walk away. You going on for your day. They not at home with you. They not watching what you do. So when I had those rough days when I was going through and my inspiration wasn't working for me, I could get on my camera and I could inspire you, because somebody gonna be touched by what I say. It's easy for me to get on there day after day and be like, hey, what's going on, world? You got to motivate, you got to inspire yourself. And then at the crib, you get off the camera, you feel like that Bible. You know what I'm saying? You feel like that Bible is just sitting on the shelf. You don't want to deal with that thing right now. You like, oh, this hurt. This uncomfortable to do it to myself.
Hey.
Because when you're doing it for yourself, you got to check yourself. You don't got to check nobody else.
Hey.
You just got to start opening your mouth, spitting out some words. They catch what they heard, and then you move on. So I believe it's easy. It gets comfortable. Mm-hmm. Most people speak for not really to understand what a person going through. They just want to tell you how to get through. But here's the thing. You can't tell me how to get through if you ain't walking through what you telling me how to get through. How you go? I learned
that was a body shot.
It's a big difference between
facts in the building.
I stop advice and opinions. I really stopped listening to so much. I attempt to. Now I'm more so looking for counsel. Mm-hmm. Advice is your opinion. This is what I think you should do, how you should do. But your counsel is something that you've already worked through. Mm-hmm. Like you've already worked through this thing. So if I'm able to give you counsel, then maybe I was able to work on that too. But when I'm advising you of what you to do, watch the person that's advising you.
Okay.
Watch the person that's advising you. If they're not doing the thing, girl, you should leave him. He ain't no good. But you've been with him for 4 years. He been taking you down through there. He been taking you down through there.
Jay Williams is in the building. Hey. That boy say like Mike Tyson, punch out, body blow. Hey, this one gonna hurt today. I'm trying to tell you, my brother.
Show up, blow up that way. Because look.
And let me tell you, before he say that, hey, we live from Detroit and live from down in that south part of Texas.
ATX.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cause that's all some people good at, is just telling stories. Facts. Hey, no talking got a lot to say. I like that.
Dropping knowledge. Yes, indeed. Shit, that's what I'm talking about. Talk to us and we talk back. Shit, this is what this is all about. We can solve some shit. You hear me? Just solve some problems. You know.
Everybody don't have the best interest at heart. That's why they start.
That's another fact.
Your life.
That's another fact. And then be attempting to give advice, knowing that they ain't even got your best interest at heart. That be some of the crazy shit that be going on out here where people just be talking and don't realize that's really all they doing is talking. I did a little thing where you say, you be telling all these jokes and laughing. You know, you think everything is just a joke. You know, you're just laughing. But at some point, you the one being laughed at, the joke on you. And then after all that, you ain't even laughing no more. You know what I'm saying? The laughing is through. You know, we got Gunner in the house. He trying to me it up. Got to be careful who you let pour into you. Hey, them is really, really big facts right there. You know, because like you said, you know, everybody ain't got your best interest at heart. You know, they be trying to tell you little crazy, you know, little stuff and don't be making no sense. You know, sometimes you just got to think about it. You know, think about the advice. Some people got some okay advice. You know what I'm saying? It be okay. But then it be that point that they ain't even living by it, you know what I'm saying? So what's the sister telling me some either good advice or some bad advice, and you ain't even living by it yourself. But I tell you what, my man Mr. Ping, he having some technical difficulties, and while we let him get that going, we're gonna run into this video we got by Aria Blue, I believe that is. Make sure I get that right. So I'm gonna let SG just do her thing. Eastside Salute. Hey, Eastside Salute to Forget About It by Aria Blue. I liked it that shit was hot too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't just say that shit. When I say something hot, I really do mean it. You know, that shit, I'm gonna put that on in my little playlist and let that take a world spin. You hear what I'm saying? The Council Detroit radio show. What advice you give but not taking yourself? Drop that in the chat. Understand? I seen that too. Shonda, go back and do what Shonda put up. She said budget advice or something of that nature. It was like budget advice, and I be spazzing for real. You know what I'm saying? You give people that type of advice and don't even be budgeting your shit right. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? What the hell is going on with my finances? What it do, brother? That's my brother, my biological brother. Lonnie Reynolds in the building. Eastside Salute to you, boy. What it do? And none other than my other brother, Tay Gunner, in the house. Tantalizing Thursday. Eastside Salute to you. What it do? You hear me?
Same
you good? You good, Mr. Payne? You good?
We gonna see what it do. I had to switch to the phone. My internet wanted to be going through.
Long as I can hear you, I can hear you loud and clear. You understand?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. I got you up on both screens right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it do what it do. We ain't gonna let no little internet stop what we doing.
You know what I'm saying? And we loving everybody in the chat too. We see everything that's being said, even though we don't say it. You know what I'm saying? If we skip by it, I know somewhere in this show we'll get to it. You know, now Solomon's Paradox. You know, because it's like, why is it so hard for people to take their own advice? Well, studies have called it the Solomon's Paradox. You know what I'm saying? Me say King Solomon from the Bible was known for great wisdom, knowledge, and intellect when it came to the guiding of others, you know what I'm saying, but failed to apply it to his own life, which eventually caused him the downfall of his whole kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It's the Solomon's Paradox. What you think about that, Mr. Payne, real quick, Mr. Payne?
You know what? To be honest, my brother, I ain't even hear everything you said. Switching to another set of Bluetooth headphones, and they going crazy on me too. But I'm just gonna let all Bluetooth devices go, so I can really. So give me a quick quick synopsis, real quick, of what you said again. I know you was talking about Solomon's Paradise, but I didn't get the full thing.
Well, yeah, the Solomon's Paradox. You know, it was the Solomon in the Bible. You know, he had great wisdom, knowledge, and intellect when it came to guiding others, you know, giving them advice and guiding them the way, but he failed to apply all that to his own life, which eventually caused the downfall of his whole kingdom.
Again, earlier, like I said, I can tell you so much easier.
You still going in and out, Mr. Payne.
There's gonna be doing this thing today. I might have to sit back and get down in the chat.
I don't know. You know what? I know your picture froze, and you going in and out. You know, you try something different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you know, until you know you work it out. You know, Mr. Payne gonna work it out. You know what I'm saying? Take on it. You know what you think?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: when somebody try to lead somebody and then they false leading somebody, then it become a problem and it leads to a downfall in the first place. So it's up to the person that's leading to have everything together before they even try to start leading. They got to practice what they preach before they even start leading somebody and giving out advice any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you are gonna lead somebody down the wrong rabbit hole. Your ass gonna be
especially if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That is definitely a fact. You know what I'm saying? But it just, you know, how do you give somebody knowledge? You know what I'm saying? Like, you give people knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And you turn around and don't apply it. You know, it just be like you just told this person or gave them a pot of gold. You know, after what you said, and it's just like, damn, well, why didn't I do that myself?
Well, sometimes some people have big hearts and they like myself, I like helping other people too. And then sometimes the people that help others don't take that advice and they end up crumbling themselves. And then they look back like, damn, they start kicking themselves in the ass and saying, damn, I should have applied the same thing I gave them to somebody else. I should have applied it to myself. And I look at somebody else. That's when the jealousy come in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your ass get jealous and bitter because you help somebody else, and then somebody else succeed, and then you look back, well, like, damn, man, why they ain't giving me this, that, and the other? Well, shit, the same thing you helped them get on with is the same thing. You could have been getting that same money that they making off with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the question. Trying to say it's because we more critical of ourselves and we can see the silver lining of another person's life. Yeah.
It's kind of like the Toss 22 too.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because you honest, you know, that's something, you know, to think about that right there. You know, it's like you can see that when you know, I'm more like, you know how somebody can come to you where, you know, they telling you something, you know, they explaining something to you, and it's almost like you have the perfect advice for them, you know what I'm saying? But in the same instance, turning around, because it really will help that person, but in turning around to having that same problem, you don't apply the same advice to the problem. You know, that's just, you know, it's funny like that. You know, like, how can you see the advice for somebody else and give it to them, you know, but it's like, how don't I see that shit for me?
But sometimes that advice that you give to somebody else might not be in a proper position that you in, or it might not even per se pertain to you. But it's hard, man, because some people want to give advice for the wrong reasons too. Some might be trying to get ahead for some shit and give somebody else some advice, and they don't follow their own shit. You feel me? Trying to get ahead on another motherfucker, make another motherfucker crumble. It could be a gift and a curse to the shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell a motherfucker, boom, I'm about to do this and do that, and then they turn around and be like, well, shit, man, fuck it, I'm gonna do it too. And then as soon as they do it, they're gonna end up getting fired or some other shit like that. They have a bad motive behind shit. And on a positive note, some people just don't be in a position to do the situation or the advice that you giving somebody else. They might not be in that position to even do that. You know what I'm saying? To even take their own advice is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. But, you know, still in the same, in that point, you know, the ones who do, you know, who be in the position to take their own advice and actually could have done something, you know, it's just, how do you miss out? You know, you just gave somebody else some advice. The knowledge. Yes, you know, you gave somebody else the knowledge, you know, but you did take it and could have advanced in the same way. You know, it's like, how is that? You know, how do you just tell somebody something, man, and you don't apply it to yourself? You know, you miss out. You know, Shonda, honestly, I try not to give advice on things I haven't been through. Oh, I like that.
I try not to give advice to people because some people don't want to listen.
Shit, that's a gut punch.
Because when I do tell them something, they got to go verify something like that, and then when they do go verify it, and it come back to be true or what I said, then that's like you belittling me. You know what I'm saying? So that becomes a problem. You feel me? So I just stop giving advice all the way around because motherfuckers don't like to listen. And then when they end up in fucked up predicaments, they want to come back with the sad face and say, damn, you was right. I know I was right, goddammit. I tried to tell you.
You know, and that's the other side of it too. You know, that's the other breakdown to, I give you advice and you don't even take it. You know, you know what I'm saying? You drop some good, knowledgeable advice on you, and you need somebody else to tell you, like you said, to verify that fact. Well, then why did you even ask me? Is that the mysterious YB done creeped into the building? Eastside salute to you, sir.
YB sincere.
He is the masked man. Can you hear us this evening? Can you hear us?
Yeah, but you know, once you start giving somebody some advice, and then, like I said, some people that give advice, they fall into a habit of giving advice so much that they can't follow their own shit.
That's kind of true. You know, some people can conform a habit, you know, or being like that. Because you done it so much. Yeah, you know, I ain't never thought about it like that. I ain't trying to cut you off, but that was kind of like a good point. I ain't never thought about it like that.
Or somebody just love blowing smoke up somebody else's ass, or you know, they just, like I said, they just all talk and no bite with the shit. You know what I mean? They just all talk, they just want to have, you know how you have a conversation with me, you and Mr. Pink have a conversation, but it could be one person that always want to come see what we talking about and be so fucking nosy to the point that they be like, well, yeah, but you know what you should do? Yeah, this, and we like, where the fuck did he come from? Not knowing what's going on, but just want to get your input so much all of the time that should become a problem. I call it a Mr. Me Too.
Hey, shit, you know how that shit be. Mr. Payne, back to the show. What you think, Mr. Payne? Talk to us.
Hey man, I think Murphy's Law is all the way on attack. I was talking about making a GoFundMe for YB wifey, and now my wifey is faked out on me. How my opinion gonna tell YB to get his internet right, and mine is on jump tonight.
Hey, that's a prime example right there.
You know how it is.
You see how life worked for you, but hey, I'm gonna keep on doing what I do. I had to come in the master bedroom where I might have a little echo at because I'm doing a little remodeling, and I just had to move the ladder from behind me. I'm painting the walls over here, but you can't see. But that's a whole nother thing. Hey, I grabbed my phone, I grabbed my light, and I said, we're gonna get this thing right tonight because I ain't gonna let this stop me. As Gunner was so eloquently putting it, man, people just show up.
I like that, Lonnie Reynolds. I see that. I like that. That's a nice point right there.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm so used to not just watching it on my phone.
He said a lot of times.
So smart. Let me get my Mr. Goose on.
He said a lot of times people that try to give you advice think they better than you, and you not on their level.
Exactly.
That's a good point. I like that.
Sometimes that can happen.
I like that. That's definitely a good point. Shonda, go back. You went too fast. I won't be giving no Wi-Fi advice tonight because I need mine.
Hey, I'm with you on that one. I'm not saying nothing.
Hey, look. I'm literally sitting right next to the Wi-Fi router right now. So I don't get no signal tonight. I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm literally like, facts, I can touch the Wi-Fi router right now. So I know when I move into my new office setup, though, I'm going old school
ain't no
hardwired.
fucking excuses tonight.
Yeah. I know when I move into my new office in like the next week or so, I'm going straight hardwire. That's how I'm doing it.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that crazy? Back in the day, talking about advice in some way, I remember people was talking about, oh, you need to step your game up. You still on hardwire, you need to get the Wi-Fi. Now, everybody on Wi-Fi, your signal be going up and down. Maybe that's just me and YB, but that's cool. Everything that's seemed to be convenient don't work so easily. And that's just like, it's just like giving advice. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, I could tell you what to do in your relationship, but I might be not doing that thing in my relationship. Right. I can tell you what to do with your kids, but I'm not doing that with my kids. It's easier to live our life through somebody else's life. It's easier for me to talk to you about what you should do, because if I'm talking to you about what you should do, we never have to get to what I'm going to do. We never have to get to what I'm going to do, what you see me do, because I always make it about you. We don't use that simple analogy, 2 ears and 1 mouth. We use like 2 mouths and 1 ear. We so busy wanting to talk that we can't even hear the advice that we give it. And Gunner said that, and somebody was saying that sometimes people want to talk so much. They just want to talk, give, because they don't want to live that thing that they're asking you to do or that they're telling you to do. You know what? I won't say no names, but I got a friend or two, and they like, we oftentimes talk about kids and what kids are going through. And I told my kids they need to go to school and what's so important about getting your grades and what's after you. And this ain't no shade to nobody. You giving advice on something you did not do, because your kids, they hear you. Oh yeah, I dropped out and I didn't go back, and or this job is tripping on me. Your kids are listening to you, and then you go tell them to do the same thing. And they looking at you like you're a hypocrite. How can you ask me to do something that you won't do? And unfortunately, that's what happens so much in the church too. We want you to have faith in God, but you ain't even got faith in you. God got more faith in you than you do. I want it for you, but you don't want it too. So how you gonna get it if you don't believe in you? How you gonna get it? So you can't give advice for somebody else if you're not gonna use that advice on you. You just can't. You shouldn't. But we live in that society where everybody want to speak, but don't nobody want to listen.
Exactly.
We want to listen to reply. We don't want to listen to understand.
Man, in a situation where we should overstand, and I say to the people, that's why the council exists and Tantalizing Thursday exists, because we don't just understand.
We overstand.
We overstand. You know, you got to stop just understanding some shit, because under mean down here, that's your understanding. It's underneath. See, we overstand. See, we over here. You know what I'm saying? See, when you just keep understanding, that means you just sitting below the level. You have to learn to overstand. You know what I'm saying? And when you're giving advice, overstand this. That don't just be talking to motherfuckers for real. You know what I'm saying? That's what these two gentlemen are saying. Let's don't be talking to motherfuckers for real. Overstand the fact that this is something that's coming out your mouth. So why don't you digest a little bit of that past your heart and take a little bit of your own advice? You know what I'm saying?
I guess before you can understand and overstand, you got to be able to just stand.
You
gotta start somewhere, huh?
You gotta start somewhere.
You got to be able to just be able to stand on some type of solid foundation or some type of solid word, not just speaking what you heard. Most of the time when people giving advice, it ain't coming from their life. They telling you about somebody else's life. You can't tell me about your life because your life ain't right. But you telling me what you heard, what you seen, what you thought. And then you hit me with, you know what I mean? No, I don't know what you mean. Because you don't know what you mean. You not overstanding.
Talk to him.
You don't even know what you mean. You not standing at all.
Talk to him. Okay. And understand this. Hashtag show up. Somebody missing that on your shirt. Somebody missing that in the chat. Show up
to blow up.
You hear me?
Hey, listen.
Another body blow.
That's so crazy because look, shout out to 2017 when Gunna was really putting Mr. Peen on the scene when I was doing this inspirational thing. But nobody who knew me from back in the day was getting this information to Gunna put it out there that way. And I remember when I dropped that video and I said at the end, you got to show up if you want to blow up. And Gunna hit me immediately like, see, that's what we need right there. You got to do that thing. That was great advice because Gunna was doing something with music and some other things. And he like, you got something with this, Mr. Peen. And show up to blow up is simply this. Show up in life by giving your best and all you do. And in what feels like no time, you will blow up to the best version of you. But if you're not showing up for you, you can't keep showing up and telling everybody else what to do. You showing up at the job talking about what you ain't going to do. And if they don't give you no raise, you out. You've been there 6 years talking the same thing. Stop giving that weak advice if you're not gonna live that thing. People don't have dreams.
Can I ask
people
you a question,
don't have dreams.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Peen?
Yeah.
Are you living by that?
Yeah, I
am.
That's
good. That's good. The goddamn on advice. Eastside salute to good ass advice. Do you hear me? I hope y'all hear me. We got an ouch in the building. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I am. You know what's difficult? I want to say, I think I got 2, 4, 6, maybe 10 or 12 inspiration cards that developed from like a show up to blow up video. It's a multitude of them. And I told somebody at work today when they came up to my desk, they was like, how you doing today? I'm like, to be honest with you, man, it's work is working. I said, that's why I'm grateful that I have my inspiration cards posted up right here so I can remind me. Like, other day on the show, I had on the shirt that said funeral. And people be looking at me like, why you wearing a shirt that say funeral? I said, because when you think about a funeral, I'm going to give you some sound advice. When you leave your loved ones in the ground, most of us don't go back, right? Ain't nobody hanging out at the cemetery from the morning to the night. So once they put in the ground, the most time you spend with them is right here. So then it hit me. When we leave the funeral parlor, when we leave the cemetery, we gone. We're done. That's it. So the day that my uncle's funeral was in 2017, I was sitting in my car and I was listening to some Jay-Z and this thing just hit me. And I said, every morning have a funeral. Bury doubt, fear, anger, depression, disbelief, unforgiveness and choose life. Because if you bury those things like you buried your loved ones and you move on from that thing, then showing up is the only thing you need to be focusing on. And then your advice, you don't have to speak because people will see it and they'll speak it for you. And you need to be doing what Gunna do. You need to be doing what Drummond do. You need to be doing what SG do. You need to be doing what Brother James Williams, a pastor, is saying you should do, because I see them walking it through. You need to bury those things that's burying you. And sometimes you need to close your mouth and bury that too, so you can hear the counsel that's been given to you. Stop letting your advice and your opinion just come through, and then you walking on shaky ground because you don't have no foundation under you. So yeah, I got to show up every day. I have to.
Lord. Shit, nigga. Lord, have mercy. Have mercy on this boy, because he coming, and I mean he coming correct, tantalizing Thursday. And I forgot to give the amazing SG her credit at the beginning of the show. Shout out to SG, the most amazing engineer to do this podcast.
In the land
for real, you understand this? So I'm sorry, SG. I had to get that in there. Right.
Yes,
there,
indeed.
right
That's G, the engineer to be the greatest we get to not see. Because you know why? SG said, y'all don't need to see me. Y'all just know I do what I need to do. And when you do what you need to do, you don't have to keep talking to people about what they should do.
Hey, go back. You gotta go back. Go back. You gotta go back to Jay.
I got a new one too.
You bury it. Yes. Tell him to stop. I can't afford to throw this phone out the window. Boy, you talking. You got the pastor on finna throw the phone out the window, boy. You tell me you ain't talking this evening. You know, you done got a yes, Mr. Peen, amen.
Hey, listen. So look, I usually bike to work because my job is like 3 miles from me, and it's an exercise thing. And I'm often talking about being healthy and trying to stay healthy and doing all those things, right? So I'm biking to work this morning, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind. It was like, the life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Ooh, yes,
so what you speaking depends on what you want. Yeah. So if you speak in negativity is what you're gonna see. Because don't get it twisted. When I'm not on my Mr. Peen scene, if I'm having something that's bothering me, I'm on that negative Nate thing. When I see the negative in every positive, I don't see the fact that God gave me another day to live. Like when people ask you, how was your day? You get to speak that thing your way. When people ask you, how was your day? You get to speak it that way. You get to speak it into existence. So before you start advising everybody else, how about we get in the mirror and you advise you of what you can do?
Amen.
Because here's the thing for my believers, my Christian folk, if you say you believe in God, then you should know talking negative on you is not something that he called you to do.
I swear,
Talking negative on what you're going through is not something that he called you to do, because everything that he's taking you through is to grow you, is to test you, to see if you're going to speak the real thing that's happening to you. Yes. When you speak what you went through, then what you do, I said it earlier, you counsel. I'm counseling you.
Hey, Payne.
Yes, sir.
I know you talk to the public, man, but that shit feel like it's talking to my soul, bro.
Yeah, he and his soul talking this evening, folks. We tantalizing Thursday. We get it in and we get it on. Please understand. You know, it's time for
my steps and shit.
It's time for heart healing. You know what I'm saying? It's time for cleaning out that space that the Lord, he only said he want to sit in one spot. He want to dwell right here.
You gotta move that clutter butter.
Man, you gotta use that clutter butter and move all that stuff out the way, man, so he can sit down.
He said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, you gotta look at yourself and make that change. Stop just singing the song without listening to the words that's being spoken to you.
Look, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And if the eyes are the window to the soul, then why wouldn't you look in the mirror to look inside of yourself and see where your own soul may lie? You understand me?
Because you see that you ugly and you don't like looking at yourself.
Damn, I was gonna say that, but I'm the host. You know, I ain't want nobody mad at me, but Mr. Peen, he's Mr. Luda.
Hey, it's the truth. Listen, I know when I'm going through because I catch myself. I don't look in the mirror. Like sometimes I'll spend my whole time brushing my teeth, looking down in the sink. And then when you look up and you see yourself, you're like, ooh, people don't even remember what they look like some days. So they just go past the mirror and it just passes away. You're looking at what you used to be, what you used to see. You don't see what's in front of you currently. So you can give advice on where you used to be. And as Les Brown would say, used to bees don't make no honey.
Please believe that used to bees don't make no honey. Please believe that. And that's coming soon. We got to go back to Jay Williams. Well, we got to read that. Jay Will. We need Jay. Yeah, we go. We say, Mr. Peen, if you're not already a life coach, brother, you should be. And I'm not claiming to be anybody's prophet. Hey, I'm telling you, this boy here, he can talk it like he walk it. And I understand because this man done been somewhere. This been my friend for a long time. He done been somewhere, and just in this boy's journey, just in the journey, I often, when he sit in that one room, I often look at that picture he be having on the wall, that he's sitting on that hill of dirt, and he holding that thing, you know what I'm saying? That's a journey, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when we talk about advice, what better advice can you listen to than a man who done been on a journey? Now, I done been on a journey, but not quite like his journey. You know what I'm saying? Because he done walked the crooked letter path. But see, now his path is straight and it's going to the right side. It's the right side. He no longer takes it to the left side. This is why this is my guy, because I live on the right side. He live on the right side. So when we high five, we don't miss each other. You'll get that shit later. Please understand. They'll get that later. The right side to the right side is a high five that never miss.
Please. Yeah. And you know what, man? I think, and I thank you, my brother. And I tip my hat to you because, like you said, I know you from back in the day too. And I don't know everything that you've been through, but I know that you've grown too, and we've all grown in some way. And that's the thing that I don't know what you call your higher power. And I ain't talking to you specifically, individuals that's listening. Like, God gives us all a journey. He gives us all a test. And we say this often, your test is a part of your testimony. The reason y'all don't hear me talking about, or you see me now and you see this Mr. Peen. You didn't see when I was EJ wilding out on the scene. You didn't see when my wife was going crazy because I was being mean, I was being evil, I was doing all type of madness too. But God had a real conversation with me and he said, listen, you either gonna do what I called you to do, or you just gonna be that nigga back on the block doing what you wanna do. What you gonna choose? Oh man, it's easier for me to live my life in a positive way because everything that I've walked through my life brought me to this day. I couldn't have got here if I wasn't there. I couldn't have got here if I wasn't there. You couldn't have got here where you at today if you didn't experience a little bit of ugly yesterday. But here's the thing. You got to do like James 1 and 2 say. You got to count it all joy when a negative comes your way.
No, man. You go ahead. I'm just...
I don't want to miss the comments because it might be something that sparks something. You know what I'm saying? So I have to listen to you. It's on the small screen. I missed the goose glasses as SG said. They ain't making it big that way.
You said that no man is exempt from being tested. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No man.
Absolutely.
Or one man.
Your test is a part of your testimony. If you're not being tested, okay, Jesus. If you're not being tested, just know you've been arrested by the enemy.
Ooh, what a way to put that. You got your hands behind your back with
if you're not being tested, just know you have been arrested by the enemy. You've been locked up. You've been put in shackles. You heard what Mary said. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise him. When you got your hands behind your back, all you want to do is get them back in front of you. You just want to be free. The enemy is controlling what you see, and that's why you give your advice so freely. Because you see other people's life and you ain't looking at your life right. Because you go in the mirror and you don't like the way you feel. That's why you want to do it with no lights. I want all the lights on.
He took it there. And
I want to do it all the lights on. I want to see all the flaws. I want to see all the stretch marks. Everything. I want to see the weight that my wife has earned from our children that she birthed through. I want to enjoy it all. And that's what God said. I know you.
Yeah, Shonda. Because the devil got them blinders on you.
Got them blinders on you.
She took it there. You took it there.
Got them blinders on you.
Tantalizing.
Here's it, man. Listen to me. If you in this thing, you know this is the spiritual warfare thing that we in, because this little flesh stuff gonna pass away. And at the end of the day, you're gonna have to answer to a higher power, and you ain't gonna be able to lie about what you had to say.
Lonnie Reynolds, I see you. Yes, indeed.
You gonna have to face that thing one day. Remember what you said. Remember what you did. Ain't no longer can you hide. No secrets are hid. Everything will be brought to the light. Everything will be brought to the light. But if you start getting in the light right now to get your darkness right, then that darkness that you in, once you get in that light, it's going to expose your life. And when you start to expose your life, you can start to live your life what you consider right, not what I consider right, because you got to live your life right for you. You think it's comfortable to get over here and talk sometimes the way I do? That's why I be like, okay, Jesus, you serious? You for real? Okay, here we go. Because he know I'm going to drop it. He know I'm going to do it. I can't be used by him if I'm afraid of you.
Man, and ain't nobody scared here on Tantalizing Thursday, man. Come on, man, listen at this. When this show say ding ding, when it say ding ding, this man is unleashed like a pit bull on this show. You understand me? When the show say ding ding, it's on. It's on. You hear me?
Hey, go back to James' comment, SG.
We will all give an account for every deed done in this body. Pastor?
Hey, so check this out. My sister gave me this CD.
That's right. Let them use you.
It was called Affabel. And I blessed it. I gave it to some Mormons that was knocking on my door one day. I used to go kick it with them and just listen to what they had to say, because I was like, people always told me Mormons was like, the polygamous. So I rolled up on them one day and I just asked them. I needed to know. And that turned into like a year's worth of conversation. And I gave them this CD, and it's called Affabel. And what it is about is basically 5 individuals. They leave from heaven. They leave from heaven and they come to earth, and they all know they coming back. You know what I'm saying? They all know they coming back, but they here on this journey on their test to see what they do and how they do. And when they came back, they all came back at the same time. When they all came back, God was like, all right, now it's your time for me to talk to you, to talk about what you've been through, what you did. And it was this one individual, I believe her name was, I can't think of her name. Faint of heart, right? And so real good person, sweet person, but she had been done wrong by a male. She had been done wrong, and she spazzed all the way out. Okay, here in the flesh, she spazzed all the way out. So when she got back and she was talking to God, and he started reading her rap sheet, and she had the audacity to check God, like, hold on. What you mean? Did you see what he done to me? What do you mean? How was I not justified? He's like, well, what did I tell you to do?
Right.
You don't get to go down there and make judgment for me. I told you to do this. And so when she starts spazzing out, he's like, and that's exactly why you missed the blessing that I wanted to give to you, because you doing what you want to do, not what I called you to. It ain't supposed to be comfortable when you going through what God wants you to do. He's stretching you. He testing you. He want to know if you faithful. Are you just giving advice, Or are you walking out this thing too? Mm-hmm. That's why we believe the people who really been through what they've been through. Don't look down on the people who having a rough time in their life, because those people who having a rough time in their life is the individuals who God is using to get us right. Remember, Jesus wasn't hanging with the CEOs. He wasn't at the Billionaires Boys Club. He was down at the strip club. He was down on 7 Mile where they was going wild, and he was trying to save those who had already been through the dirt and the mud and the grind. He ain't asking you about how you gonna do in your time. He wants you to do what he asked you to do in his time.
Down to build you up, yes, indeed.
Absolutely, all the time. It was another young lady, and she was actually one of the gentlemen that made it in. He made it in, and it was rankings, it was positions, and he was like, "Oh, how is she above me? How is she in seat number 3 and I'm in seat number 5?" When we was in the world, I was a CEO. She was my secretary. How is she above me? And he like, see what you missed, what you did not see. When you didn't want to speak to those people that was beneath you, that's what she was always willing to do. And then she went and spoke to Mr. Drummond, and she gave Mr. Drummond some advice, and she gave Mr. Drummond some counsel that changed Mr. Drummond's life. She said something to Mr. Drummond. She planted a seed, right?
Yes,
she planted a seed in Mr. Drummond's life, and that seed that she planted in Mr. Drummond's life grew to Mr. Drummond changing over 100,000 individuals' lives. I might not be the individual to help you, but it might be something that I say that you say to somebody else based on what you've been through, and that individual may help a multitude. And God is looking at you to see if I could trust you to do what I asked you to do.
For sure.
This thing is deep, although it's difficult. And you know why we give advice? Because it's easy, right? It's easy how to tell somebody else how to live their life, so you don't have to focus on your life. And that's why the devil always telling you what you should do, because he didn't do what he was supposed to do, so he could stay where he needed to be. And that's why he come to confuse you and me and try to create all this animosity and this tragedy, because you cannot physically see the things that he's doing to you, but he can, because he knows it's spiritual.
Yes.
If I can't stop God's blessing for you, but I can slow you down from getting what he has for you.
Oh man, I keep trying to tell you, because real chastisement don't even come from him. Not real chastisement. It don't come from him. Anything that starts happening come from the Lord holding you. He holding you first. He trying to get a hold to you, and when you snatch away from him, then he let you go. Then anything started happening. You know what I'm saying? That's when all that advice, they were talking about that advice when people just be talking. That's you. You the one that's giving all that talking advice, just running at your jibs. You know what I'm saying? Just living the way you live, And people listen to you. But see, it's people out there that got counsel for you. Not just advice, they got counsel for you. Like Mr. Peen say, that will change your life. Instead of just sitting you off down the road with a piping hot trail of fire behind your ass, you know what I'm saying? Instead, you getting that counsel that changes your life.
Hey, Mr. Drum, you gotta let me know. Am I still in color, or am I black and white though?
You still in color.
Oh, I asked that question because I keep talking about getting my schedule right, readjusting my schedule so I can keep shaping my life, so I can keep hearing where God is leading me to. So my phone at 9:30, it changes the view. It goes into sleep mode. So it turns everything black and white for me. So I can see you clearly, but I'm in black and white on this thing. I just needed to know.
I see the red hat, the shirt, black and white. But let me ask you this, Mr. Peen. Do you want to post up?
Man, let's post up. If we got the time, I'm gonna free and relax your mind.
Okay. Well, dig this here, y'all. We finna do that thing called Post Up with Mr. Peen. SG.
When you need some inspiration, he's your guy. Think Mr. Peen, and come on by.
Hey Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Mr. Ping, with a little bit of motivation and inspiration for your situation and mine too. Hoping to free and relax your mind as if you are on a vacation. Y'all know what it means when I say post up with Ping, so I'm gonna skip right past that thing that me and Tay used to do, and I'm gonna give it straight to you. March 30th, the thrill of victory. Today's global marketplace demands highly skilled, effective managers. Today's global marketplace demands highly skilled, effective managers. Earl G. Graves, founder of Black Enterprise Magazine. Some people fear competition. The danger of defeat paralyzes them. Man, listen. Run your race at your own pace, because when you run your race at your own pace, you always come in first place. You don't even need to see the competition anyway. You compete with the man in the mirror today, the woman in the mirror today. If you work on being a better version of you today than you was yesterday, then everybody else and everything else gonna be okay. Cool. The danger of defeat paralyzes them. But head coach Clarence Big House Gaines of the Winston-Salem College basketball team knows how to prepare his players. In a career that has spanned 47 years, Coach Gaines has won more than 800 games, second only to Hall of Famer Adolph Rupp of Kentucky. There are only 4 keys to winning. Coach Gaines contends: plan purposefully, prepare prayerfully, proceed positively, and pursue persistently. If I don't say nothing else, please get this today. There are only 4 keys to winning. Plan purposely. God said, for I know the plans that I have for you. He planned for you to be successful. Prepare prayerfully. He didn't have to pray because he created it all, but he prepared. He put the heaven and the earth and the stars and the moons and the water in the place before he even set Adam in that space.
Come on, man.
Proceed positively. He said, Adam, who told you was naked? What do you mean you naked? I created you that way, but that's okay. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you some clothes to help you comfortable in your view. Positively. He didn't even scold him too. Next, here's what he wants you to do. And pursue persistently. God is consistently pursuing you because he know the plans that he had for you and what he wants you to do. I didn't know I was going to do this at 32. I didn't know I was going to do this at 22. But at 42, I knew that this was what I was going to speak to you because I started preparing by listening to what God was saying to me. You got to plan, you got to prepare, you definitely got to pray for that thing, and you got to proceed purposely. The preparation is worthless without effectiveness. Effectiveness means not only getting the job done, but getting it done right. Oh my God. Denzel said, don't confuse work with progress. Some people go to work every day and they ain't got in a better space yet. Because they chasing the bag instead of chasing the value. They making it rain instead of maintaining and growing what God is giving to you. Because you're not preparing purposely in your view. But that's okay, we're gonna keep going. For example, the winner of a 2-hour marathon need only be a few seconds ahead of all the other runners to win. In business, sales leaders often make only 5 more phone calls per day than the average, or read a few more journals per month, or get 5 more good ideas per year. These men and women are highly effective. They not only get the job done, they get it done effectively and right. Through preparation and enhanced effectiveness, you will be certain to experience the thrill of victory. Today, I will use my preparation to increase my effectiveness. How are you preparing for the individuals that are going to approach you and ask you, yo, E, yo, Dre, Mr. Williams, SG, Tay Gunner, what would you do? What would you do if this happened to you? And here's what I'm going to do. I tell you, first, I'm going to pray. and I'm going to prepare today. And I'm going to purposely set out to be positive in what I say and what I think and what I speak. Because if I do those things, then I can help you move forward in that thing that you dream of. Somebody gonna ask you what you gonna do, and they don't need your feeling when you giving them what they should go through. They need your fact of what he's brought you through.
Man.
They don't need your feeling of what they did to you. They need your fact of how he blessed you. Because here's the thing, boo. If God removed you out of that bad situation, why did we continue to go back and downplay or downgrade or beat down the individual who didn't get life right in their way? Prepare, plan, pray. Be purposeful today and watch how God move your life in a way, and you will stop giving advice, just talking because you feel like you got something to say, and you'll start giving counsel because you know God had you looking at yourself like Bubba Sparks, ugly. And here, you got to get clean in here if you want to show it out there so they can hear you, they can see you, and they can feel what he's brought you through. I'm through.
Man, Tantalizing Thursday has been hot this evening. Mr. Ping forever brings it every Thursday night. I'm trying to tell you. Man, you got to pray, you got to prepare, you got to plan, you got to pursue. Man, clap your hands. Clap your hands. I'm trying to tell you, man. SG, this boy, man.
Mr. James, I do coaching. I got into life coaching in 2020. I got certified to be a certified life coach by Dr. Eric Thomas, who's also E.T., the hip hop preacher, the #1 motivational speaker in the world, from the west side of Detroit. High school dropout, 12 years to get a 4-year degree from a GED to a PhD. That's his thing. So I got certified in 2020, and I switched. I had to figure out what I really wanted to do because I felt like I could talk to everybody, which I still do. And I narrowed it down to relationships. My focal point is men and relationships, although I help women too, and I'm building a program which is called 2CRC, Second Chance Relationship Coach. And I say 2CRC because every second is a chance to build a better relationship with yourself. And when you build a better relationship with yourself, you can build a better relationship with everyone else. So, coaching is what I do. It's on my website too at www.mrpeen.com. I never usually drop that thing because I don't see myself like that. I just feel like I'm a vessel that's being used by God. I open my mouth and I let him do what he do. And if anybody want to move further and grow, then I'm willing to help with that too. But yeah, if people are interested in that, man, you can go to my website. You can see all that. You can go to my YouTube page, my Instagram page. It's all Mr. Peen. It's all out there today. I ain't really here. I'm just here to add value. I'm here to add value. And if people want to go further and get down to the ugly and grow you, then I'm willing to help with that too. So yes, I do.
He does add value. And we have a men's empowerment seminar coming soon. You know what I'm saying? SG, she gonna, get all that.
Oh, you got to give me the info so I could get a fly away.
I'm trying to tell you, it's time to empower men. You know what I'm saying? It's some men out here that need us for real. They need somebody to help clean their hearts out so that the man can sit on that stool in there and not see all that clutter in there. You get that clutter, butter, clean that heart out. I'm trying to tell you, that's where it starts.
Yeah,
that's where it starts. Start with the heart.
Everything starts within. You can't save the world if you can't save yourself.
Man, it all starts with you,
Facts.
and you, and then humble. You see, like how you tied that in at the end of what you were saying, how you just brought it all the way back to the advice. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just advice, it's counsel. I never looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? And just to hear you say that, I was like, oh yeah, advice is advice. Because when you walk away from advice, that is what it is. But when you walk away from counsel, that could be a possible healing. You know what I'm saying? That could be a possible healing. See, that makes the whole difference in the world, you know, because I'd rather have a healing, you know, the advice be cool, but when you say it like that, I'd rather be counseled, you know. I don't even want your advice. When people now, after hearing that, when anybody try to give me advice from now on, it's just gonna be like, no, that's not counseling. I don't need to hear that, you know. But after saying that, wait, before the final thoughts, I want to ask SG, does she want to come in and do her thing, or you want to? How you want to do?
SG in the building.
How you want to do this, SG? Talk to me. Tell me how you want to do this before the final thoughts. No, I mean,
hey,
you want to put it? You want to just flash it up real quick? Let the people see it. I mean, if it's big enough, I could read it. You know. Let's see. It's the Council Podcast Network advertising price list. Oh, we're advertising now. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's see now. It's like 30. Is that 30 to 60 seconds per show? It's kind of small. $15. It is kind of small. Come
okay,
on,
I got you.
Go.
Hey, so okay, I got you.
Let them know.
I got you. I can blow it up on my phone.
I got it. I got it. Cool. Yeah. So just to let everybody know, the Council Podcast Network has begun. And so the website is out, councildetroit.com. And we are now accepting we've been accepting them, but we're now publicly accepting advertisement slots as well as music video links. So that information is listed there. It will be listed on the website. We'll be listed on social media, and it'll be available to everybody who is interested in submitting their advertisements on the network.
I like it. That was something new, and hey, exciting to get into. You know, hey, the council is moving ahead, and we doing things. Tantalizing Thursdays, and the council, we getting it on. But let's move on.
The council is counseling
to these final thoughts, and we're gonna go over here to my main man, Mr. Peen. Give us your final thoughts and close out your night.
I would advise you to counsel you before you attempt to help anybody else get through. I would advise you to talk to the God, the Buddha, the Allah, whatever your spiritual higher power, the universe, you want to call it for you. I call it God. I would advise you, I would like to counsel you about the importance of having something bigger than you and greater than you to help you get through. So when somebody approaches you and they ask you, what would you do? You direct them back to the Father that led you. I don't know if you heard what I said. I've been coaching since 2020, and I don't talk about that because that ain't what God got on here to tell me to do. He didn't tell me to get on here and just promote me and my business and what I do. He said, I need you to add value. And in order for you to add value, you got to do some counseling too. But before you can do some counseling, you got to let somebody counsel you. So I done had counselors from a therapist view. I done had counselors from a spiritual view. I done had counselors from an emotional view too, to help me get through so I can share this information with you. So my advice would be talk to something spiritual, not the enemy, bigger than you, who has a plan for you, who want to help you get through. And if the thing that's talking to you is not talking about love and how that supersedes what you're going through, then you might want to change your view, or you might want to clean out your ear canal and see who or what you're really listening to. Listen to what's been said to you. Understand what it wants you to do. And as Mr. Drummond and Gunner say, overstand so you can help other individuals find their way through. Those would be my final thoughts for you, because it's all possible.
Man, Eastside salute to final thoughts, man. I'm telling you, man, Mr. Payne, man, he be coming with it, man. And if you're listening, and hey, I would advise anybody that watches this show, you should come to this show with a notebook and a pen, just ready to write something down. Because I'm telling you, Mr. Payne, he does bring value, and that's why he sitting next to Mr. Drummond. You know, I'm not the most intellectual person in the world, but I mean, hey, I can sit here with common knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And research is good too, you know, I do a little bit of that too.
You just been taking it easy on
him. I know you coming hard, Mr. Payne, so I ain't got no choice. I mean, I can be easy because you coming. You coming like this, both fists clutched, and boom, boom, boom. And I mean, you coming straight, rib shots, and your final thoughts is the knockout. Boom, overhand right. I don't know if you left-handed, but whichever one is coming, overhand right, boom, and it's a knockout for the night. You know what I'm saying? You coming, woo, you be knocking them down flat. And my final thoughts is this here. It is kind of simple. It's short and simple. We was given 10 commandments. He was given 10 commandments. And all these 10 commandments, man. He said, we will not successfully do. We can successfully do it. You know, you can't live all 10 successfully. And I leave you with this. He broke it down to 2. I'll let you figure out the 2. He broke it down to 2. Just to make it simple, he broke it down to 2. Just to keep it simple. And made it easy on you. Just so whatever, but if you can't successfully live 2 of the 10 commandments, then how can you successfully live life? Then I say drink responsibly, smoke responsibly, and pay attention to your children. Tantalizing Thursdays, me and Mr. Payne. See, he make me go do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he coming. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no coach, so I can't come like he coming. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go get just a little piece. You know, I gotta add just a little piece to what he's saying.
Hold on, I gotta read that. Hold on. Listening to Mr. Payne tonight made me feel like I just watched a savant weave a symphony of knowledge. God bless you, brother. Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate that, sir. You don't know what that means to me, because I wouldn't listen to me. I have to keep doing this thing, and like I said, because the enemy attacks me too. I don't know if you heard me earlier. I said if you hear me talking negative, he tried to get me on the negative Nate scene. So to hear the pastor, as Mr. Drummond put it, to say that just lets me know that God got me on the right track. And if God got you on his call tonight, he got you on the right track too. Because something Mr. Drummond said, something that I said, something in the chat that was said was directly for you. So you on the right track. Keep doing what you do. So thank you, Mr. Williams. I appreciate that, sir.
Yes, indeed. And this is what Tantalizing Thursdays do. We here to heal that heart, man. We here to clean that heart out, man. Start with the heart, man. Start with the heart. Clean that heart out, man. He only asks for one spot. All this body that we got, he only asks for one place to set with you and me and him, in the heart. If your heart ain't clean, he can't sit down. And if he can't sit down, then he uncomfortable. Why would you make Jesus uncomfortable? Why would you do that? So start with your heart, for real. Start there. Just one, bro. That's my brother right there, man. Eastside salute to
Just
you.
one.
Just one. Clean that heart out. You got to clean your heart out. I ain't preaching or nothing, but you got to clean your heart out. I don't care what you do. You think God on your side. You know, you can keep on thinking he on your side. Nah. He said he want to be here. Don't put him where he ain't supposed to be. And that's another thing. Take that advice. Stop putting him where he ain't supposed to be. Put him where he need to be. He said, I want to etch it in here. He want to etch it. He said, etch it. Sketch it. Etch a sketch it.
Etch a sketch it.
Etch a sketch it in your heart. He want to etch a sketch it in your heart.
Hey,
Go clean up your heart so you can receive that etch a sketching. You know
So
what I'm saying?
When you go to bed tonight, I need you to just get with God and get it right. Say, God, I want to have a funeral today. I want to let go of yesterday. Today I'm gonna bury the doubt. I'm gonna bury what I said I could not do. I'm gonna bury what they told me who I was supposed to be because of what I went through. I'm gonna bury the fear. I'm gonna stop listening to the negative stuff that I hear. I'm not gonna be afraid anymore because fear only stands for face everything and rise. That's all fear stands for.
Say it again.
Fear only stands for face everything and rise. That's all fear means. So I need you to bury the doubt. I need you to bury the fear. I need you to bury that unforgiveness because it ain't for them, it's for you. Don't let the enemy depress you. I need you to let go of that sadness too. And then when you wake up in the morning, here's what you do. Choose to live life because life was given to you. Because check this out. Somebody not waking up tomorrow. And Mr. Drummond touched on this. Unfortunately, in this society, we are continuously losing children. No disrespect to the adults. We're losing children at these schools on a regular basis, and they ain't got nothing to do with what we going through. So bury those negative things that's not growing you and choose to live the life that God has for you, not your parents have for you, your ex-husband, your ex-wife, your ex-boyfriend, or your boo. Live a life for the individual that made a plan for you. Get on their page, plan your life, and start living it great too. I ain't gonna apologize. That's what God told me to do. All right, I'm done.
And dig this here. Why do we give advice we don't live by? Now, let me tell you something right now. He just gave you some advice that we can all live by. Face everything and rise. Eastside salute to prayer. Prepare. Plan and pursue. From me to you, Mr. Ping, always doing what he do.
SG the engineer.
The engineer, hashtag bury it. And don't forget, y'all, don't forget, go watch The Council tomorrow night at 9:30. They got an hour of that shit for you too tomorrow night. Please believe that. And I gotta say this to my main man because I know he don't know. Special shout out to my main man, Marcus Jacobs. Brother, that beautiful song that you made, what's his name? Maurice, my bad. Maurice Jacobs. Maurice J. Blame it on this. Maurice J.
Responsibly though, so it's okay.
Maurice J, man. We used your song for the intro of our show because it's a beautiful song.
Yes.
And we didn't even ask you, fam. And I just want to apologize to you right now. We are sorry for just jacking your song like that. So, you know, if you see, we are just we go reach out to you and you know, we gonna reach an understanding. But we really like the song and we want to know if we can continue to use it. You know what I'm saying, as our intro music because it's beautiful, man. It was, I mean, I was impressed with it, you know. But
like I need the ballroom every time I hear it.
I didn't know we hadn't reached out to you, so I'm reaching out now, but I also reach out after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So we love you for the song, but remember, it's all love. Yes, indeed, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? But tomorrow night, don't forget about the council. And when you watch this, don't forget about nothing. Me and Mr. Ping was trying to get to that fact that, hey, understand how you give beautiful advice and turn that beautiful advice into counseling. You know, you can turn it into counsel and heal somebody. You understand what I'm saying? We live from Detroit. He's live from
TS.
Yes, indeed. And that's how we do it. Tantalizing.
Shout out to YB, the man of the streets. We miss you, my brother.
Yes, indeed, we do. And remember those who lost their lives. Understand? All those who lost their lives, you know. Eastside salute. We love all y'all and everybody that was in the chat. Everybody that was in the chat. We love y'all. Tantalizing Thursday.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I love you for another beautiful week. SG, love you for always doing your thing. And wifey, I love you always. I love you always. Tantalizing Thursdays. SG, you take it out the way you need to. Do your thing.
Thank you, Mr. Ang.
Fill my heart with joy, take me to ecstasy. I know I can't foresee the future God's plan for me, but why